is that he lost the popular vote by 3 million votes. This Hillary Clinton's margin of victory was bigger than John F. Kennedy's margin of victory over Richard Nixon. Marine Le Pen cannot become the leader of France if she loses the election by 3 million votes. This is only possible in America. So this is a failure of American liberal democratic mechanisms, but it is not a failure of liberal representative democracy itself, and it's important to remember that difference. Second, Zizek kept saying that the poor voted for Trump. If you look at the election results, the poor voted for the Democratic Party. A particular deindustrialized, deproletarianized working class that does not see economic opportunity voted for Trump. Now, Marx taught us in the 18th Brumaire to be absolutely specific in understanding the ways in which class in itself operates as class for itself within counter-revolution, and then talked about the importance of paying attention to the petty bourgeoisie and the lumpen proletariat. And this is very important, that specificity is very important in understanding Trump's election. The role of the petty bourgeoisie, the lumpen proletariat, but also the deindustrialized working class. This is not the same as the poor. And third, Zizek was right in pointing to the failure of the Obama experiment that Clinton would have continued of talking about social justice without economic justice. But the slippage between calling social justice identity politics is a very big and dangerous slippage. If we read the history of black political thought in the US, and this is very important to read, but hasn't come up in this conference except in Michael Hart's talk, that everyone from Du Bois to James Baldwin to Black Lives Matter, and indeed also anti-colonial thought like Frantz Fanon, have constantly demanded not an identity politics, but a universal humanism. And of course, that universality that they demand is deeply contradictory, deeply conflicted. It has all the ambiguities that Etienne Balibar talks about when he discusses universality in its real, fictive, and ideal dimensions. But it is a universal politics that is being demanded. And here I'm going to be crude, which is that at least in American political discourse, identity is the name given by white people to a universal politics that comes from racially marked lines. Identity is the name given by male people to a politics that demands basic decency, reproductive freedom, and lack of violence against women. What we saw in the images of women's marches around the world yesterday was not identity politics, it was the image of a communism to come, and as communists we would be stupid not to realize. And so finally what I want to say, and finally Zizek has taught us to pay attention to the symptom. So I think it was extremely symptomatic that when he critiqued American political comedy, he could only remember the names of two white men, Jon Stewart and John Oliver, one of whom finished his show 2 years ago, right? The genre of that comedy now is being represented by Trevor Noah, a black South African who is introducing a global Southern perspective into American political discourse. Samantha Bee, who's not only talking about issues of gender, but who has also consistently highlighted the Syrian refugee crisis in American political discourse. Larry Wilmore, who has talked about issues of race in American political discourse until his show was discontinued because there was no market for it. And even John Oliver has been consistently talking about everyday predatory practices of financial agents in ways that have had deep political consequences. And I think it's extraordinary that all Zizek could see were two white men making fun of poor people. So I want to end by saying that of course we can have different interpretations of events. That is a strength of left discourse. But we cannot afford to be so empirically wrong about these events. the basis of any progressive politics has to involve at least getting things empirically correct.